Hey everyone, my name's Lucas, and today I'll be discussing raising black sons in America. Specifically, we're going to be breaking down identity, protection, and resilience, and touching on some other topics as well. Um, Quickly, this topic explores how parenting practices adapt in response to social realities and how families balance preparing their sons for opportunity while also preparing them for bias and inequality. Um, why this topic matters? Well, when we think about parenting, we usually think about teaching children values, encouraging education, and helping them grow into confident adults. But for many black families in the United States, parenting includes an additional responsibility, preparing sons not only for success, but also for safety, which is very true and very sad. Um, Black boys often grow up in navigating racial stereotypes, unequal discipline in schools, and broader structural inequalities. Because of this, families engage in intentional strategies to protect identity, promote resilience, and prepare their children for the social realities. This topic matters because it highlights how parenting is shaped by context, not just personal preference. Um, yeah, pretty crazy stuff. Racial socialization. One key concept that helps us understand this is racial socialization. Racial socialization refers to the ways parents teach children about race, culture, and identity, and how to respond to discrimination. According to Hughes and colleagues in 2006, black parents often engage in two major types of messaging. The first is cultural pride socialization, which includes teaching children about their history, achievements, traditions, and positive racial identity. The second, is preparation for bias, which involves preparing the children for possibility of discrimination and discussing how to handle it safely. These conversations are intentional strategies designed to promote psychological strength and awareness. Um, and that kind of ties into this identity and psychological protection. Um, Basically, I want to say that research shows a strong positive racial identity can serve as a protective factor. So, what we were talking about on the last slide, how parents will uh, teach their black sons how to handle a situation when it comes about and how to make it dissipate as quickly and easily as it can. It kind of ties into how positive racial identity can serve as a protective factor. When black boys understand their cultural background and develop pride in who they are less likely to internalize negative stereotypes. Instead of blaming themselves for unfair treatment, they can interpret those experiences within a broader social context. This protective function of identity is associated with higher self esteem, stronger emotional resilience, and lower rates of depression. In this way, social or racial socialization is not simply about discussing discrimination, it is also about empowering children with knowledge and confidence. So, yeah, tying in with what I just said on the last slide, I think those two go hand in hand. School discipline disparities. Another important factor influencing how black sons are raised is obviously the educational systems. Research consistently shows that black boys are disciplined at a disproportionately higher rate compared to their peers, even beginning in like preschool. It's crazy. I have this excerpt. Goff and colleagues in 2014 found that black children are often perceived as older and less innocent than white children of the same age. This perception can influence how authority figures interpret behavior. So yeah, prejudice at the age of 5 years old in kindergarten is a real thing, which is very sad. And something that parents have to prepare their toddlers for. These patterns can affect academic engagement, self-perception, and long-term opportunity. Because of this, many parents prepare their sons for how to navigate school environments carefully and strategically. So like I was saying, the parents actually have to teach their kids about this. And I've learned that it's sometimes called the talk. Many black families also engage in what is commonly referred to as the talk. This refers to conversations about interacting with law enforcement, behaving cautiously in public spaces, and minimizing risk in situations where misunderstandings could escalate. The conversations are deeply emotional and complex. Parents must balance protecting their sons with preserving their sense of childhood and freedom. The goal of this conversation isn't to create fear, but to provide safety or tools for safety in case one of these interactions happen. I think it really reflects on how parenting strategies adapt in response to perceived risk in the broader social environment. So parents are going to take things differently, as they should. Masculinity and mental health. Black boys also experience intersecting pressures related to race and masculinity. There can be strong expectations to appear emotionally strong, controlled, resilient. At the same time, research shows that black males are less likely to access mental health services. Oftentimes, it's due to stigma or mistrust of the system, or even lack of cultural competent care, not enough care near them. Despite the challenges, extended family systems, faith communities, and mentorship networks often serve as powerful protective factors. Community support plays a major role in emotional development and resilience for young black boys. Strength and resilience. It is important not to frame this topic only in terms of struggle. I feel like black families demonstrate extraordinary resilience and strength. Strong kinship networks, cultural traditions, storytelling, faith communities, and mentorship programs all contribute to positive developmental outcomes. Resilience is not accidental. It is intentionally cultivated through parenting practices grounded in love, awareness, and history. While challenges exist, so do powerful systems of support and pride. And expanding the conversation, because this topic also raises broader societal questions. You know, these are questions I kind of came up with myself that I was thinking about during my research for this presentation. But should families bear the full responsibility of preparing children for systemic inequality? Or should an institution like a school or the media or a policy system work to reduce the burden placed on the families? Personally, I feel like institutions could be helping out more, but I'd love to hear what you guys think in the chat below. Understanding the experience of raising black sons requires looking not only at parenting practices, but also at the structural conditions that shape those practices. To end this off, I have some questions that you guys can answer in the response. I feel like that would be awesome to get the discussion flowing. Firstly, how might social or racial socialization shape identity differently than general parenting practices? Second, In what ways can schools better support Black boys and reduce disciplinary disparities? And third, where should responsibility lie? Primarily with families, institutions, or both? So let me know what you guys think about these 3 questions. I'd love to hear your answers. And here are my references. You could just take a screenshot of this, copy, paste them, and the articles will come up. And yeah, the research for this presentation was long but very interesting, and I thoroughly enjoyed learning about it. Like I said, I hope you guys liked it, learned something maybe, and can respond in the response section. So yeah, that's it for me. Thanks, everybody.